Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I am Melinda Pierce, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to do the tutorial for my April card kit in the mail. So I am offering card kits in the mail every month. They include all the supplies to make 3 cards, and I follow up with a video after I send out the card kits in the mail to show you how to put the cards together. So that is what I'm here to do today, is to show you how to put together the card kits for April. So I'm going to point you down to my work surface and show you how to put them together. So I did just post my May card kit in the mail, so you can go and check that out. That is at, you can see that at www.facebook.com/Melinda's Rubber Room. All of the information is, actually it's not posted there just yet, but it will be shortly. It does include 3 cards, and it includes all of the supplies to make those 3 cards. I cannot stamp the images due to Stampin' Up's policy, but you can use your own stamps to finish up the cards. Okay, so this card kit again is for the month of April, and if you have received your card kit in the mail, you can reference the number that's down at the bottom. It will say something like 21004. That will indicate that it's the April card kit. I put that on there so that if you have been getting card kits in the mail from me for a while, you can always go back and reference the appropriate video, and I will put that numerical code on the YouTube video so that you can easily find it. Okay, so this is the first card. Again, all the cardstock, the designer series paper, and all the folding has already been done for you. So it makes it actually pretty quick and simple to put together this card. And if you want to try to figure out the directions, you can always use this as a template and then do the measurements to figure out, where I scored it and where I, how big the cardstock was to begin with. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be doing, and this is the supply. These are the supplies that you would receive in your card kit. So you'll have the base of the card, and then you'll have all the designer series paper that's already cut. Those 2 pieces are going to go on the side there, and then all the triangles are going to be put together. So let me show you how that works. Let's get my Tombow here. I'm going to be using my silicone mat here to help protect my work surface. Make sure I don't get any excess glue on my surface. The silicone mat just makes it really easy to just go back and wipe it off. Wipe off any residual glue, and that way you're not getting glue all over your mat, all over your work surface. So I'm just unfolding my base card so that I can easily access my sections here. Okay, so while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and take my one of the larger triangles and put that down. You can do it either way, either side of the paper if you'd like. I think I'm just going to stick with the more solid side. You can use tape for this as well if you don't have Tombow glue. Okay, so I'm just fitting this right into that triangle section. And now I'm going to go with my little triangles and glue those into place. If you have any questions on any of the projects that I put together, feel free to leave them in the comment section on my YouTube video, or you can send me a message on Facebook as well. Just go over to Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook and you can leave a message there. Okay, I'm still working with my little triangles. You just kind of have to turn them until you find the way that they fit into the little areas that they need to go. As I mentioned earlier, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so if you would like to purchase any of the products that you see on the, sorry, I can't seem to talk and stamp at the same time. If you see any products that I use that you're interested in, just you can look for those on my online store. And that is at www.melindapierce.stampinup.net. A lot of the products that I'm using today are actually retired products, but a lot of times you can find something similar on the online store as well. Okay, so again, I'm taking my larger triangle, and that's going to go right here on this kind of center section. We are ending the, coming to the end of our current catalog year. So make sure that you check out all the specials that are online. You can look at those under the, I believe there's a separate section for the retiring items. And certainly for the items that are on sale on the online store, so you can check those out. There's some really great deals going on right now, so make sure you get in on those. Those are only available till the end of the month. And then our new catalog will be kicking off, which has a lot of great new items. So exciting to be able to purchase some of the new items. Okay, we have one more little triangle after this one. All right, so there is the base of our card. So my work surface is not sticky, but my fingers are, but that's all right. Okay, so again, that's just going to fold up like that. And then we have our centerpiece here. This is just going to fit right in the center. And I've already stamped and die cut out the image that I want to put on the front. It's going to be this one here. And this is actually from one of our new stamp sets that's going to be in the new catalog. It's called Pen Petals. It's this one here. It has gorgeous flowers in there to color in, or you can do the double stamping to color in the flowers just with stamped images. And it does come with the dies as well that coordinate. Very pretty set. I'm sure you'll be seeing lots more examples of that in the future. Okay, so I'm going to raise this up with some mini dimensionals. And I'm going to use my take a pick. I think that's what it's called. This little tool is great. It has a lot of different ways of using it. I like to use it to pick up all the little pieces of backing from the dimensionals, and that way I can take them all at once and throw them in the trash. This just gets kind of centered on the card like that. And I thought I had a little, yep, here's my little greeting. It's just going to be tucked in like that. Just says thanks. This one I'm not going to raise up because it kind of sits underneath that center image. And I don't want it to stick out too much. Alrighty, so there is that card ready to go. All right, so the next card is another little fun fold card. So it is like, it opens like that. All right, so I've already got the base of the card folded. And then we have these two pieces, these two squares. Get this out of the way. That's going to go like that. I'm going to stamp my greeting on the top. I want to show you a really quick tip that I've learned for opening up these new stamp pads. I was trying to do it similar to the old ones where you open it up from this opening here and lift up. But a lot of times what ends up happening is you end up getting ink on your fingers that way. So if you actually turn it around and open it this way, it's a little bit easier and your fingers don't get as close to that ink. And then you can just slide it. So that's the quick tip of the day. All right, so again, this is going to be on the card like this. So you want to make sure that when you're stamping your greeting, you're going right into that, kind of in that corner. And that says, love you to the beach and back. And then that's just going to get glued on to that other square. Like so. And then we're going to bring it back over to the base of the card, and that is just going to be adhered right to this corner here on the card. So those two corners match up. And you only want to glue it on this triangle piece of the card. So I'm just going to put glue on right there. And I'm going to bring in my handy mat here to make sure I don't get glue on the card itself. On the inside of the card, I should say. All right, and then I'm going to take my square back and put that right on top. Now that's going to give us the folding mechanism for the card. All right, and then we have our designer series paper and another piece of white cardstock. We're just going to glue those together. For those of you who are local in Santa Barbara, I am planning on starting my stamp camps soon, so we'll be able to gather again. We are getting fewer and fewer corona cases here, so I'm excited to be able to see everybody in person again. We will still be having to wear masks, but at least we can gather. And yeah, it's just going to be great to be able to see everybody again. So I'm hoping to do that in May. I haven't quite figured out the dates yet. It'll probably be towards the end of May. Okay, so I just glued down my white cardstock and my designer series paper to the front. And I do have some images that I already cut out of the seashells. I'm going to bring those in. And I'm going to raise those up with dimensionals again. So the center one, you do want to make sure that there's some openings on the sides so that you can tuck the other seashells around it. So I put the dimensionals kind of right down the center, and then that way I have the sides that I can kind of work with. I'll just stick that one down. Tuck that one right underneath there. And then on the star, I'm going to try to kind of tuck it in, but also have it come over like so. All right, so that is the front of the card. And now you just have the white piece that's already cut for you. Just going to go ahead and adhere that to the inside. Like so. And then we have some little embellishments here. These are called opal rounds. They have just kind of a opalescent, if that's the word, sheen to them. And I believe these are carrying over into the new catalog. And I'm just scattering those on the front of the card. All right, so that is the completed card. And it does fit in a regular size envelope, so that's an added plus. And the last one we have just is a lot of designer series paper that you just kind of layer. Just wanted to show how you can use the coordinating designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Has, and just kind of layer it in different ways. So I'm just going to take the largest piece, and I'm just basically working from the bottom of the card to the top. It's always so funny when I see these two colors together, the gray and the peach, because it reminds me of our wedding. Those were the colors that we had. And we're actually coming up on our 30th wedding anniversary in May, so it's kind of fitting. Okay, so I got two little squares that I'm just going to kind of offset, like so. Just going to do a test fit here to make sure everything's going to fit properly. So one of the nice things about Tombow glue is that it does give you a little bit of time to move things around, which I just did with that square because it was too close into the other one. Okay, so this is going to be my center of the card. So I wanted these two pink pieces to show. So now I know where to put those. All right, so this margin here is close to this margin here. So everything's kind of centered. Then I'm going to go in with my gray piece. Just kind of center those on the squares. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my greeting before I attach it to my card. Make sure that this fits on here. So I changed up the greeting on this card. And then this is going to be adhered to my gray rectangle. I'm doing a video. And then I'm going in with the small pink piece. Add a little border. And then I've also included these butterflies in your kit. So I am just going to put this back on my silicone mat and glue that down. Like so. And then I will raise that up with some dimensionals as well. So make sure that butterfly is sticking to the gray. It does take a little bit of time to get tacky on there. Okay, so I'm just going to put the dimensionals right down the body of the butterfly, and that way the wings can still be kind of loose on the card. Just going to put that on right like that. And then I have some more of those pretty opalescent circles, and I'm just going to lay those down the center. Try to get those even in a line. That looks good. All right, and then I have a piece of white cardstock for on the inside of the card. And this one I'm going to leave blank on the inside because you can kind of use it for anything based on the saying that's on the front. All right, so there is the final card. I hope you enjoyed that card kit in the mail and that you'll check out my one for May. I keep forgetting what month it is. I hope you'll check that one out and let me know if you'd like to join us for that card kit in the mail. All right. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.